Okay. Okay.
That was intense.
Yes, it was intense to cast.
The last one was I was laughing most of the game.
That that was not. Oh my gosh, that was intense. Like you actually try. It was like trying to cast a game where the banelings were always there. Like they never actually died. Like only two or three of them at a time died, and they just stayed there the whole time. There was always more banelings. Somehow he just kept making more banelings, more explosions for the casters to have small heart attacks over.
Oh yeah,
But it was fun though, I have to say.
yeah,
But we'll get there. We'll talk about that game in a little bit. So the first one was on Zelnaga Caverns. We have it's kind of a attempted Hellion drop play there. Let's talk a little bit about this game.
yeah. I had a build for that map, but it was as Protoss, and I didn't want to play Protoss at first, so I just kind of went with Terran and did something random, and it didn't go too well because my multitasking sucks.
It was an interesting idea though. I mean, I've been wondering myself about drop plays on that particular map just because it's quote unquote small relative to a lot of the map pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one didn't quite go your way. But
Well,
what would you change if you did that map again?
if I did that map again, I'd play Protoss.
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. Second game we have on Metalopolis. A little bit more of a macro game, this one. Talk a little bit about this one.
Oh, that I was just I don't know how to macro with a mech.
Mm.
So I like last time I built ravens and it went pretty well. This time I didn't build ravens and it didn't go well. It went last time it went pretty well till I stopped microing my ravens.
Right, right.
And this time I didn't build ravens and got wrecked by mutas
Hmm.
because I didn't build Thors.
Yeah, it seemed like it was kind of going in waves. Or one moment, you're like, okay, I'm losing my stuff. Time to get the Thors out. The Thors come out. They kind of beat the mutas back for a little bit, which kind of works. But then there's still swarm hosts there. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it looked like finding the balance there was kind of difficult. Though I noticed you played a much more aggressive style of mech than we traditionally see.
Yeah, I don't like back and doing that. I don't know what to do because I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Strictly speaking, I mean, I don't know what I can say about the overall effectiveness of that versus putting a shield up and hoping your opponent kills himself on it.
mm,
But I have to say that is a lot more exciting to watch. So do thank you for
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Game.
not a Billow mech.
True enough. True enough. Not everybody is a Velo.
Yeah,
Pretty much nobody is. Anyway, Shakira's Plateau, Game 3. This is where things started to turn around a little bit. You decided to go from Zerg for this game. Talk about that.
uh, the first two games I was kind of tryharding, and I apparently don't do very well when I try hard because I judge myself way too much.
Mhm.
And so the third game, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get 3 out. Let's just have fun.
Hmm. So it seemed
And
like that loosened you up a bit.
yeah, it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you came all the way back from being down 2-0 to, I mean, you just, wow. Very impressive.
So yeah, what do you think? What'd you think of that then? Like the playing from the Zerg perspective. I imagine it's not something you do as much.
I don't like playing as Zerg because like I think the macro is too easy. Because
Interesting.
it might just be me
Hmm.
because like I just do it well, I guess.
Hmm.
I don't creep spread well though.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that, but it's one of those games where it's Zerg ground units versus Zerg ground units. The vision helps, of course, but
Yeah,
there is something to be said about not making a highway for your opponent.
yeah,
So I can see how that particular issue isn't really like as important as say injects in that case.
mm.
But for sure, for sure. So then game 4 we have Daybreak. Um,
Oh
so
yeah,
I
that
guess I guess we can see that then. Like you're trying real hard in the earlier games, and then it's just sort of early roach attack into Warp Prism. As then I noticed that you also started going straight random at this point.
Oh yeah. I was just like the Zerg. I was still kind of like, maybe I could beat him with Zerg. I don't know. I'll probably still get 3-0'd. And then Random was just like, okay, I'll probably just lose this game. I'll probably lose this game.
Mm, just letting go even more from there.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the War Prism drop? Is that something that you started to use more lately? Because I don't remember using this build in the past.
That one I was planning on using on Zelnaga Caverns
Hmm.
because there's like a elevated spot where you can just like it's really close to their main,
Hmm.
and it's just like I don't remember when it hit, like when the actual specific time that it hits, but it's really good.
Okay. And it ended up working out all right on this map as well,
Yeah,
clearly.
I didn't expect it to, but
Yeah. Yep. Able to slowly build up into it.
mm,
So then, of course, final map we have Akalon Wastes. And this is, I guess, the epitome of the letting go strategy at this point, right?
yeah,
Can't hold it back anymore.
I would like I'm probably the worst Terran, and
Really?
um like so I was just like, okay, I can't really beat him with anything kind of legit, so let's just go Widow Mines. Just Widow Mines. See if that works. And I was laughing like 90% of that game.
So yeah, there's one thing I wanted to ask you about. Is I know that's originally a Fun Day Monday topic. So, and if I had Sugar's Plateau Daybreak backwards before, my bad. That's kind of weird that my notes were like that, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, the Widow Mines, that, being originally a Fun Day Monday topic, I was wondering if you would actually just stick to them or if you were going to build anything else ever the whole game. But
Originally, my plan was to just make Widow Mines, but then he got roaches and they kind of soak up Widow Mines, and I got kind of nervous, and so I made Hellions to back them up.
okay, and yeah, that was insanely stressful. I would do it. It's to say it was fun though. It was kind of cool. I love it when people do stuff like that. What do you think of it, Zero?
I I just the whole time, every time one of them would go off, we were just like, ooh, I mean, we could feel the pain. It was just, oh man. And then you backed him into the corner. He probably, if he had swung around, maybe an Overlord drop or something, maybe he snuck some lings
Anything?
around it.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I
it's
think
tough.
that it probably would have cut that off pretty quick. But just the fact that you had him
Well,
cornered in was,
you know,
yeah.
to be fair there, I mean, there's a psychological factor involved with any invisible unit where you like, if I slip something into his space, is he going to have invisible units there too? Like, it's a
Right, there's that too, and I mean, you're not always thinking
generalizing it a
about
bit
that.
to all
Yeah,
three races,
yeah.
but it's yeah, it's so like anything you do starts to feel kind of like a risk, but at the same time, I actually thought he dealt with it fairly well for most of the game.
Yeah,
This
and
is kind of
it
a
was
locked in base, but
extra difficult too because Widow Mines can also hit flying units, and Zerg has to have the mobile detection is an
yeah, it's
overseer.
tough.
It's not cloaked like a
It's
observer
tough.
or anything like that. So
But um, with all that aside, very good series. Congratulations on your victory.
hmm
We'll be having you and Probe paired up with new opponents, hopefully.
All right,
And
fingers crossed it's not Zerg this time.
it's pretty much the end of our casts for this weekend. So once again, the matches were Queso versus Covert Muffin on Friday. Then we have Monosaurus versus Q-Jax Saturday. Oxygen versus Virgilius as well on Saturday. Asol versus Shadber earlier today. And rounded it out with Pro versus Fade. Thank you, everybody, for participating. It was a lot of fun. Hope to see you again next week.
all
Bye.
right, thanks a lot.